Hey guys, welcome to my new triangles video part 2. And these triangles are pretty intense. It was a good idea for me to do a thing on these triangle shapes because it does reveal stuff about our planet that nobody knows. And if you were looking for that, you came to the right channel. It doesn't matter if you're a geologist or a scientist or just a regular person. If you were looking for something that nobody knows about, well, this planet, then you came to the right channel, because that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to use, you see these areas right here? These are shaped like a triangle. They're reversed. One's reversed to the other. And I'm going to use these as like the main pattern, because if you look at them, it's obvious that they look like they would be the underlying process. It just looks like it. And you got to remember that when you look at this, it's flattened because it's sitting at the surface. But when there was no planet and there was just basically the core of the planet, this was sitting at it, and you could tell that this area here would be open and hollow. Like this would be wrapping around the back side, and this is coming around the front. This might even be turned 90 degrees, you know, facing this way. Facing you know, here's the opening, so it'd be facing towards the top, sideways. See? You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at it like that. And because they're the simplest of the patterns, that's what I'm going to use basically as the bottom platform here. And just like this, I'm going to show you how this works with North America. You can see how it fits in there. It even kind of fits and goes around the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that these start to fit the contours here. And you simply move it around, and you can see that you get a feel for it. You can see that this point is going to be related to this somehow. You see this part right here where it's cleared out? Well, you can tell that it seems to be related to this area right here. But it will be related to a lot of things, everything nearby too. Like possibly that. See how that follows that? Just that easy. That's how this works. That's why it's a joke when someone claims that my alignments don't match, because it's like the most ridiculous thing anybody could ever say, because they match everything. And the reason that and there's a good everything is for a reason. So if it doesn't make sense, it just means you're looking at it the wrong way. You know, for instance, why would the reverse of this also fit? Some people might say, well, then that just, to me, that proves that there's nothing. Well, you can't do that. If it fits both ways, there's a reason for it. And just because some people don't understand that doesn't mean that I'm automatically wrong. And some people are really super close-minded, you know, and if they can't make sense of it, then I must be wrong. Hold on. So you can see how this swirls around. You can see that you have the Hudson Bay here, and it just looks like a duck with a beak. Well, if you look at this, you can kind of see that plays into it. It's like it gives it depth, I guess. It may even go into here. It goes everywhere. That's now you can get an idea on why I have no fear of someone debunking me, because these match beyond good. As a matter of fact, this would be a dream. Like, how could they miss this? Well, it's obvious to me that they were never supposed to find this. Even though it's so obvious in plain sight. Look. Seriously, I mean, look. Anybody can tell that these align. You got here Florida. See how this magically fits right there? And you know, I have this troll that claims nothing fits. Everything fits, bro. Everything. This is why my trolls don't debunk me. They just attack me and harass me instead, because that's the only option they got. It's pretty sad, but that's true. Look at Florida. It lines up everywhere. That opening. Remember, I said this was opened. And you can see that that's the impression I'm getting right here. Look how it fits. There, like that. I darkened it. See how this fits the opening here? You got this. What's funny is that the greater my evidence is, and the more I'm proving myself, the less views I get. It's crazy. I know YouTube is up to something. They have some kind of algorithm or something with their searching, because I noticed that my subscriptions can only reach a certain amount, and then they start dropping off, and then they'll go up to that certain amount again, and then they start dropping off, and it's just bizarre. Nothing about it feels natural. But look, the reason that I think that these fit both directions is because these are in the process of rotation, and it's a three-dimensional thing. It makes it complicated. I think because this is rotating, it fits both ways, because you're basically looking at the front and back of the same object. I don't know how else to explain it, but see, look, you know how this, you can see how that looks like it was even broke off right there. And it's triangular right here. I imagine that it probably spins around and fits right here, and that's why it's twisted off to begin with. See, that totally, you can tell that totally belongs here. It's like fitting a jigsaw puzzle piece right in, or a Lego. I can almost hear it snapping in, like, see, this is spinning, and it's like when a crocodile latches onto something and starts rolling, it twists it off. Probably has something that, well, look, it really couldn't be more obvious here. Look at the lines here, and then look at the gap here and broken pieces, and this is something's twisted this around and snapped it away. Look, you can even see the lines actually making sense with one another. You can see how this goes to like that, and that fits over it. You can tell there's lines in both directions, and that has to do with the twisting and the breaking away. Okay, so look how it keeps fitting over and over and over again. That's why I laugh when I got my trolls that claim that these don't line up. It's just funny when you think about it. Right here, this is a scientist's dream. This is observable evidence. Observable evidence is the best evidence you can have. It's better than collecting data. It's better than anything because you can see it with your own eyes. And the day that you trust numbers over what you can see with your own eyes is a sad day for the human race, I think. Look at how that fits in here and over it. And what gives it away is how things they just keep lining up again. That's how I know. You can tell that this is from here. This is from everywhere. Okay, so I better move on. This is already starting to get too long. Okay, so that's North America with these two. Now here's South America. And we got the same thing, matching up beautifully. You can see that there's this beveling here and signs of rotation. That's anytime you have a circular pattern, you're looking at rotation. And this is spinning and beveling. I wanted to point out also this part right here. This looks like it's like two images stuck together. This is complicated to explain. This is what it is. So okay, so there's this one. You can see how Australia fits right into here. See how things are already playing into it? See how that fits right into there? And these marks these are the underlying process. So when you have this right here, there's something going on. These things are hard to work with. See how it fits again? This is reversed. You can see how that plays into these features right here. You got these islands. This thing looks like it's snapping. like a twig, like you snapped it in half, broke that way. And this looks like rotation one way and then the other. Notice that this goes like that right to that beveled area right here. And then we have the Amazon River, which plays a huge role in all of this. The Amazon River is just not just a river. It's more than a river. Okay, so there's that. Here's what's odd. Here's another triangle, which happens to be the same, but the southern part. See how that fits into there? This is spinning around, by the way, but look how it still fits. Where I put it. This is a big, like a whirlpool. It's a vortex. Look how this fits into there. But remember, it fit over here. So, of course, logically, it makes sense that if you were to fold this around, you get more of the picture of what's going on here because they're the same thing. This and this, it's like an intake. I don't know if you follow me on that, but it's the truth either way. Okay. Okay, so then it only makes sense to take this same area and put it over here and see what it looks like. And you can see that, well, this plays right into here. And we got the same thing going. Everything's starting to line up again. Even though you have to move some things over, it's okay. It's alright. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't discredit any of this. Look at the East Coast playing into these features here. And then remember, I said that these must fold over. Well, it's the same thing for these areas too. You got even a crease right here. You get a folding and I believe even a twisting around. That's why there's like a disconnect right here. This is a fold and a twist. And you know, there's a lot of people that go by the numbers and they show how areas of the planet match up. You know, like with simple geometry and stuff like that. Well, the reason is because these areas fold on each other and twist. So it's going to mathematically add up. I don't know how to explain it. If you fold a triangle, I mean, if you fold any kind of a image in half, well, you cut everything in half. You start working with numbers. I don't know how to explain it, but it is what it is. So if you fold these in half and then half again or something like that, well, and twist it, you'll start to see why this lines up this way. And it does. It always does. Anyways, because when you think about it, this is on the other side of the planet facing the other way. So there's a twisting and a folding going on for some reason. Okay, and then there's this triangle area right here. This is what I'm claiming is a vortex. It just even looks like one. The inside of a vortex. Everything else is what goes around it. And you simply line up the same triangle area, the tip, and look, it fits. Right here even. See that? You got this pathway right here. Look, right here. That's why I was laughing at my troll, claiming that my alignments don't align. There's no chance that that's even remotely true. They all line. It couldn't make it. I couldn't have better evidence. Look, see how it keeps going? You could tell that this is also related to this clearing. Right here. They're just pulled, everything's pulled away from one another. Each one of these is a different layer. You can see how it just keeps lining up. No matter where no matter where I put it, look. Because these are all from a small area that's been you got a small area that's rotating, and this stuff is coming out in all directions. Like, see, look how it keeps matching up. You could tell that this is related. It's a vortex, the inside of the spinning. Look how it keeps, I mean, it's doing exactly what I say it does. See? I'm not making this up. And I'm not crazy. Look, it keeps matching. See? Nowhere in geology or any science are you going to see that this is, you're not going to see this. But yet, I'm showing you it. It keeps matching up. It keeps lining up no matter where I put it. Look. And there, again, what looks like a thumb, you can see fits right there. See how it keeps matching? This isn't magic. I mean, look. Or maybe it is. Sometimes there are things about this reality that people just don't understand. Including our science, that's for sure. Not a clue. Anyways. Look. Keeps matching. Look at Iceland. This vortex is spinning around in a circle in 3 dimensions. See, it keeps matching up no matter where I put it. It's because it's so easy. It's so simple, actually. See, I'd like Oswego or Seahawks to show me exactly where this does not line up. Just find a place it doesn't line up. That's all. Try that. I mean, that was their whole argument was that my claims of these matching and aligning up were false. Well, notice how all of a sudden it's almost impossible to not match these up. See, it always keeps working in my favor. There you go again. Okay, so look how it fits here. Down to here. That's why these trolls, I don't know, they should be more careful about who they mess with, I think, to be honest with you. Look. Because you never know. Alright, so that's that. Okay, so that matches there. Of course, then it's going to match over here. Everywhere. You can actually see Antarctica spinning with these two images. You can see that it rotates to over here. And then things still line up. Alright? So now you're starting to get an idea where this vortex is coming from. See? And this is Africa sitting on top of South America all of a sudden. Because they're related. Let me show you how. Okay, here's Africa. Here is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. They claim that seafloor spreading is happening here. All kinds of stuff. Magnetic striping. And some people actually, in the beginning, thought that magnetic striping would discredit me for some reason. It doesn't. It's just... Magnetic striping is basically their interpretation of the data that they've collected here. That's all it is. It does not mean facts or anything. It doesn't mean anything, actually. It just means that they interpreted this a certain way. And that means absolute dick to me. Because if you just look at it, it looks like something is twisting and moving. So, let me show you. Here's our triangles again. You'll notice that the Amazon River right here. And you'll notice that there is something going on here. Even out to here, where you see spinning and rotation. When you look at this, see how this hooks? Does this not look like some kind of an evolutionary process here? got the Amazon River. Look how it matches up with the features underneath. Rivers aren't supposed to do that, and that's because this isn't really a river. It's just an electrical discharge that has filled up with water because there's a rainforest on top. The two have nothing to do with each other, actually. But tell a geologist that, and he'll think you're nuts. But that's the case. This is the truth. I'm showing you the truth. The Red Sea. Well, you can see it's related to these mountains and stuff. Look at the whole thing. See this little Y right here? Notice the markings in the background. As a matter of fact, you see this little notch right here? It's almost like something's pouring in, because you got this. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I should cut this video right here. Anyways, I don't know, to be honest, there's a lot more I gotta show you. It's hard, the amount of time I have to show it to you in. Alright, so this is part 2. Part 3 will be soon to come out. I don't even know if I'm going to edit this because it gets old editing these things. I hate it, actually. Thanks for watching.